And we are back. Couch Company Podcast. I'm John. With me as always, Tyler.
Heidi ho.
There he is.
And I'm back.
You love that Heidi ho.
I never know what to say.
We need a scoreboard where we track your introductions.
Yeah.
Heidi ho might be up there in the lead.
Top 5.
It is definitely top 5.
Ahoy.
I don't think you have a lot of depth.
Thank you for that.
Wide.
No, yeah.
Different ones. You kind of go to the same.
Yeah, I don't
couple.
have a broad spectrum.
You have favorites. You have favorites.
Yeah, I panic.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. Ahoy. Yeah.
I like
but
Ahoy.
you're a pirate.
Yeah.
So it's like you're a pirate in spirit, I think.
Maybe. I was trying to explain to Chelsea why I like pirates and I can't. I really like pirates.
It's your favorite, what would you call that, genre? Biome? Like you love the high seas?
Biome, yeah.
It's definitely your favorite. Like the seas are your favorite biome,
Ooh.
I would say.
Is that true? I think so.
It has to be. It has to be.
Does space count? But what is space but a vast sea of stars?
Like Treasure Planet.
I've never seen Treasure Planet.
Very good.
Is that Muppet?
It's not Muppet.
Oh, okay.
It's animated though.
Oh,
but like old style
animation. I never saw Treasure Planet.
Japanese.
Yeah. It's the guy with the glasses, right?
It's the guy with the glasses.
Look, I made the bridge. Right?
Yeah.
That guy?
I think so.
That's not a different guy, but it's the big guy with the mustache.
Yeah. You should watch it.
Yeah.
You should
Is that Disney? That's DreamWorks. That's not.
I think it's I
think
don't
it's
think
Disney.
it's Disney. I don't.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time since I've seen it, but I remember it being good.
Sure.
And people hold it in very high regard. So
Do they?
I
Okay.
believe so.
right.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think it's based off Treasure Island, which is a book, right?
Well, that's Muppets.
It's a book first.
Well, yeah. Muppets.
That's
Muppet
one of the
Treasure
few
Island.
books I read in high school or middle school, maybe.
Yeah. I just got a whole bunch of pirate books. I got.
Did you?
Yeah, I bought 2 of the Sea of Thieves novels.
They have novels for
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves?
Yeah.
Are you like up on the lore? Like where are you? Oh, you're
No,
not.
that's why I got
So,
them. That's why I got them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What have you been reading? Are you still in the Star Wars kick or?
No, I've been reading some sexy books.
Oh, that's right.
So obviously for book club.
Yeah.
So I got 2 of those. And then I have an Apple book coming. I think tomorrow. Actually,
Book about apples.
It's about apples. Just all
Really?
the different kinds of, like Granny Smith and the Apple Computer Company. Ever heard of
Name
it?
another apple.
Macintosh.
Nice. Which is
Yeah.
I had a Macintosh.
No, it's I forget the author. I'd have to look him up, but he wrote a book about Apple and their investment in China,
Okay.
where they invest $55 billion in China every year.
Wow.
Which is just more than just
Everyone.
anything.
That's where they're
And I find that fascinating, so I want to learn about that.
interesting.
So that's my current.
That's a good broaden your knowledge base.
I was doing some video game stuff for a while, so like Jason Schreier wrote a couple books. So I was reading those too, and kind of like doing like the background of all the different video games in that Blizzard book and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you really enjoyed that one.
yeah, I like the
Which easy to do. Blizzard's
drama
an
stuff.
absolute mess.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that should be a reality
Yeah.
show.
It easily could.
Could have
Yeah.
been a reenactment or something. That would be. I don't know. They probably have done like a video game. You know how they do like those mock shows where it's like fiction, but it's based off of like it's inspired by a thing.
They did several for Apple, so I
Yeah.
watched that one.
Yeah.
What's his face from that '70s show was Steve Jobs.
Ashton
Ashton Kutcher.
Yep, Ashton Kutcher.
I think he did a great job. Honestly, I think it was pretty.
yeah,
good.
I see clips of that sometimes. He seems good.
Yeah.
Did he play? He just played young Jobs though, right? Or did he play all of it?
They gave him a little like kind of old up or
Really?
glow up or whatever.
Really?
And
he went bald.
He went
Or had a
bald.
bald
He
cap?
had the little beard and stuff.
And the
It
glasses.
looked pretty.
And we always had the glasses.
Looked
but yeah.
pretty close.
The
Like
young Jobs, he looked pretty spot on.
he looks spot on.
Yeah.
The voice a little.
He's too high.
Not quite there.
He's too. Yeah.
Same thing with like Wozniak and stuff.
Yeah.
What's his face from Frozen played him.
From Frozen?
Yeah, the guy that plays Olaf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know who
He was
that
also
is.
in Beauty and the Beast.
Is he the candlestick?
Josh, I want to say Josh someone.
Josh Brolin?
Yeah, Josh Brolin played Steve Wozniak.
I don't know anyone, dude. I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
Is that a person? Did I name a person?
That's Thanos. Yeah.
It could be.
It could not.
Yeah, he's good though. I liked him a lot. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he also was Cable in Deadpool.
Yeah. The range. I mean, not really, because it's both.
He's got some,
but the talent, is there.
Yeah, he also was what's his face from Men in Black. Whenever Tommy Lee Jones was just too old, couldn't.
Oh, like
hang
Men in Black
anymore.
3.
Was it 3?
I don't know.
Sure. Whenever they went back in time and he was young.
That has to be 3.
Yeah,
that has to be 3.
I think those movies are pretty overrated.
What's his name? Agent K. Someone check me on that.
Sure.
Oh man, if I pull that, dude, I'm on today.
I think it's K. What's Will Smith? M?
What is Will Smith?
I don't know.
I can't remember because I remember Smith always saying, "What up, K?" But I don't think he addressed the other way around. I don't know.
Smith, Agent.
Yeah, in what's it called?
James Lassiter.
Okay,
that's just Will Smith's agent.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a letter. They all have letters, I thought.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that's his actual acting.
Yeah.
Agent Men in Black. Here we go. MIB. Agent J. J and
K. So I was correct.
Oh, I assumed.
Okay. Yeah, I assume.
This is
we've spent too much time on it already.
Tommy Lee Jones, Agent MIB.
But those were good movies. I don't remember the third one being great, but the first two were good.
I just
dude,
they are Agent K.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah,
today I'm locked in, dialed.
Yep.
Because I'm on my 5th cup of coffee, essentially.
Yikes!
But
plus all the caffeine from the Pepsi.
Oh, there's caffeine in this,
dude. Why do you think I have those?
Oh shite! I'm on my 10th cup of coffee. I had a whole Red Bull, a big one.
That's a lot.
Before my game.
That's a lot of caffeine.
I'm wired right now.
Heart's gonna be going.
There used to be like movies back in the day, and maybe it's like sometimes it's tough to tell if it's because you were just younger in a different space where you just had time to sit down and the world wasn't as maybe crazy, but like competing for your attention, and you could just like watch a movie or a TV show and just
not multitask.
There wasn't as many options, so I think it was a more enjoyable experience. Where it's like Men in Black's just on TV, and it's like, yeah, all right, I got an hour and a half to kill or whatever.
Sure,
it's just a nice little thing. Yeah. It doesn't have to be the best story or
on demand is what kills things.
I think so. I just remember coming home from school, putting on USA and watching Suits or something.
Sure.
Actually, Suits wouldn't be on, but Suits was on at like 8 o'clock, dude. But I love Suits. Suits was great.
Suits is great.
It was great early. It fell off so hard.
They started a new one.
Yeah, LA. I'm not even touching that.
Yeah.
But I would come home. I would watch like TBS, and Friends would be on, or King of Queens, depending on when I got home. It was a good vibe.
The social media is definitely getting me to they're trying to get me to watch Friends again. I've watched the full series of Friends probably a dozen times.
Really? Yeah. That many? I've watched it a handful of times, but not a dozen. That's a lot of times.
I would say I feel pretty confident I've watched it a dozen times.
It's a solid show, and I think it's very consistent all the way through.
Yeah.
Which is, you can't really say that about a lot of things, especially 10-year run I think they had.
Yep, 250 episodes.
It's just, that's a good show.
Yep.
One might say one of the best sitcoms ever.
Smallville, also 10 seasons.
I think you'd get a little more pushback on that, but
yes.
You love Smallville.
Smallville's
and I love that you love Smallville because everyone just needs that little.
Smallville's also pretty bad, but it's pretty good.
It's everyone's got that.
We're watching Supernatural right now.
Oh, so I knew a couple of people. My friend's sister, she had like posters.
Yeah.
That was like a lot of heartthrobs in that.
Group. Yep.
Yeah, but. Anyways, I mean, so you got the pirate books coming in, Sea of Thieves. You've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, got back into that. Yep.
Our buddy's been like...
He's further than John and I on a lot of stuff.
What?
Yeah.
With new stuff?
I guess...
Not like overall level or anything.
Newish. No, he overall... So like Hunter's Call, which is just like fishing and stuff, he's like... He just finished it. So he's like 20 some levels beyond us.
Is that just solo stuff? Solo content?
It could be both.
Can be both?
Yeah, he's just been grinding like crazy.
He loves fishing.
Yeah. I mean, he's Pirate Legend. He's crushed it.
It's like, I just get a Snapchat at 6 a.m. every morning.
Yeah. Yep.
about the seven seas,
Well,
the high seas.
he's doing like he's soloing group content. So like for
Really?
instance, like he was just saying that he was doing a like a fort
Yeah.
by himself, fended off against another sloop that was a 2-man sloop, and got it all and got all the treasure. Like that's awesome.
I mean, he might be a prodigy.
I will, and don't get me wrong, I very much enjoy playing with you as well. I think when it comes to just like us just playing, he's the first person that like just knew what like he was doing.
Plug and play.
So like we gave him a hard time where it's like, hey, when are you going to play with us, Jeff? When are you gonna play? And he was like, no, just let me learn it. And then finally when he flipped the switch, he's on it.
I mean, he is one of the best gamers I've ever seen.
He's a pretty good gamer.
He has the grind.
Yeah.
He has the understanding, dude.
Yeah.
And he just knows himself. He knows, just give me a week, whatever. Yep. And then boom. He's
I haven't tuned
now,
into
can he captain better than me? No way. When it comes to me,
You're very decisive.
If there's an apple on the line, no one's getting in my way.
Or a pomegranate.
Or whatever I was saying. Yeah. Some sort of fruit.
Yep.
I mean, it is.
You were calling them apples.
I was calling them apples. I will continue to call them apples until the day I die. We have yet to find an apple.
Yep.
So my mission's not done. I will have to come out of retirement at some point. But I don't think I've ever. I think I make you guys play better, and that's what a good leader does. I mean, we're slingshotting around islands, we're anchoring and just breaking people's ankles and boarding ships.
I will honestly say you force us to play better.
100%.
Yeah. Yep.
And if that's not what a leader does, then what is a leader there for?
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I make my guys better.
Yeah.
I don't care what game we're talking about. We're going to talk about real life.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Uh-huh.
I'm that guy. So, I mean, you watch out. But Jeff is a gamer, big time.
Yeah.
Capital G. I mean, like, he's got to get a G Fuel sponsorship at some point because he is gamer.
He sailed with me, Harbin, and Mike.
Yeah.
So it was one of those.
So it's a 4-man.
Yeah, and it was just.
You guys have tough time with the 4-man because it's a big ship. Right?
It's a big ship, but everyone did well. Like we were just very methodical.
He's your missing link, man. I mean, you guys have always done 3, which is the great thing about Sea of Thieves, and I love games like this, where when you can have a good 3 stack and you're not really losing out on the experience. I think that's a sign of a very good game.
Yeah,
because
it all has benefits. Like if you have a solid 4 stack, then you're unstoppable. Like you'll just destroy anyone because of just the sheer firepower.
But it's harder to have that coordination.
So hard.
Yeah. So the ceiling. So I think there's like a natural balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you have a 2 stack, your ceiling's lower, but a lot easier to coordinate, obviously.
Yep.
And you're fast. And
Jeff got a taste for it whenever it was me, him, and Harbin, and we were sinking a lot of people that night. Like it was just like there were a lot of fights, and like we were just
taking people out.
Yeah, and like we got sunk. Because we were doing like a fort and they kind of snuck in and I screwed up. Like I was like, oh, I'll just run over it. Like we were being a little cheeky.
Yeah.
I messed up. I misplayed. So we sink and then we were like, all right, we're just going to go down and crush them. And we went down. It took like 12 seconds of just a volley and we just sunk them immediately and they just took everything back and stuff. And it feels good whenever that happens. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I will say the pirate experience... There's something about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else like it. The freedom, the wind in your hair.
Yep.
Digitally.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just like, you've ever been on the water?
A couple times. Ship? I don't like it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
That's surping that you don't like it.
Yeah.
Because you like it in the video game.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of the water.
But, well, that's fair. Yeah. If I was on a rickety pirate ship, like wooden ship, I probably would be. But I just always picture when I picture pirates hanging on the little netting over the side, just with a bandana, the wind in your hair.
In your teeth.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Eating an orange, preventing scurvy and stuff.
Yeah.
But the combat too is exhilarating because you get this anticipation of 2 ships. Mm-hmm. You know what's about to happen. You're just circling each other. You're just watching it. There's a big volley. So you get this kind of standoff kind of thing. And then you board each other or whatever.
Yeah.
There's nothing else like it. You get a little bit of everything, and that's what I love about the pirate experience. It's exhilarating.
They have done a ton with like just the different things you can do to like get on the ship, to sneak attack them, to take down their mast and stuff like that. They've really made it where it's brutal, where it's like if you get hit in a wrong way, if you get caught off guard, you just know instantly. You're just like, okay, we're done. Like it's not even.
There's a lot of mechanics now that you can. Now I know that you were saying, I don't know if we said this on air, but there's a lot of mechanics in the game that streamline a lot of things.
Yep.
And as one of the OGs, I think you had mixed feelings about that.
No, it's a definitively better experience.
Okay.
Like it's like all the annoying stuff. It's better. Would I trade the experience that I had for this? No, because I think that now it trivializes a lot of stuff. Where like at one point when we're like have to hand carry every piece of treasure from our ship to the island and sell it, and it would take like a half hour because we have so much. There is kind of a cool feeling with that. Now you could turn everything in like 5 minutes and you're done, right? So I think it's overall better. But like even like where it's like, oh, it takes 2 people to like harpoon something, take it off the harpoon and put it on the ship. Now you just harpoon, it goes right to the ship and stuff. So it's faster and it makes plays quicker.
Yeah.
So it's like it's better. But
theoretically.
Yeah, but like I like the olden days, but also coming back to it, I really appreciate it. Yeah.
You can't revert once you do streamline it, but I think there is something to be said. Obviously, I played Kingdom Come this year, right?
Yeah.
And that's a really good example in my mind where it's like game is all just taking your time.
Yep.
And again, I've talked about this ad nauseum, but generally you would think that would annoy, especially like someone like me maybe, where it's like I want to get into the story, I want to get it. But man, was it nice to just brew potions all night.
Yeah.
And it takes a while. You have to follow the rest. It's very methodical. And almost, I wouldn't say it disrespects your time, but it makes you invest your time.
Yeah.
I think the key difference with that is if there's a reward structure in place that rewards you for that effort put, right? Like if I'm lugging all my stuff across the country, now my strength has increased 5 levels.
Yeah.
That's the key. So just don't waste my time. Make sure it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
But it is, I get it. Especially in a multiplayer game, I think it's a little bit different. It's not apples and apples, but...
well, let me put it this way. Like the speed of that stuff has made it so we kind of just take whatever when it's given to us now, which we haven't done.
You don't have to be selective.
Whenever we were kind of done playing Sea of Thieves, there'd be parts where we were just sailing around looking for someone to like screw, right? Like, okay, let's go and steal their stuff because that's the only thrill we got out of it.
Yeah.
And it's because everything else was either like not really worth our time or not. But now it's like everything's fast enough that it's like, all right, we're just sailing to this next mission. Yeah. Oh, there's a shipwreck in front of us. Those got buffed like crazy. There's a lot of good stuff down there. So we take the time to drop anchor and go down and get stuff. And
very Diablo-esque. Hey, I'm passing by this. Let's just knock it out real quick.
And it's when we kind of just said, hey, we're just going to do everything in our path. So if there is an enemy ship in our path, cool, we sink them.
Yep.
If it's just we're just going to the next mission, we just do it.
Yep.
And if you stop being selective, I guess, and you just take whatever the game throws at you, you get like really rewarded, and it's never like a chore, I guess. So like if nothing else, they smoothed a lot of those edges out. They made it a little bit more lucrative where if you just want to get on and just sail around and take whatever, like you could literally, without a mission, go to an island and you're probably leaving there with maybe 3 to 5 pieces of treasure that are just on the island, right? Like, sure, why not? Like there is a thing where it's like Jeff wants to get a certain accommodation where you have to cook a certain number of snakes or whatever. You go on an island and you freaking massacre all the snakes on the island. And it's like, there's your next hour of gameplay where you're cooking up snakes and stuff. So I don't know. I think overall it's just a joy to watch him enjoy it.
Yep.
And then I think he's kind of forcing, and Mike's played with us, but typically mainly Harbin and I, where it's like we're just along for the ride. And it's not this like sweaty, we have to do Athena quests, we have to do all this stuff. It's like, nope, let's just see what happens. And a lot of the time it's like we're just getting good loot and it's fun. I don't know.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's a vibe check.
Yep.
I like that. That's good. Yeah, you've been it's been a bit of a throwback for you.
Yeah.
I've been throwing it back as well, personally, a little bit.
Oh yeah?
I'm playing Spyro,
Nice.
the new one. I don't know why I've been watching so much just Spyro speedruns. I just got really in the mood because that's like my ritual at work. I just throw that on. He streams like a couple hours in the afternoon, so it just lines up good.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I should just go back to let's just play it all again.
Sure.
It's been a good experience. I go back and forth on OG versus like the new one. Like I don't know if the new one's the most definitive, best way to play it. Because, obviously it looks beautiful. It's an Unreal. The lighting's great. Everything's great. I think the movement's definitely worse. I always describe it as more slippery, if that makes sense. Like the OG was so tight. The turns you can make, the jumping and charging, just the mechanics of it felt very tight, very responsive. And in the new one, it's like you're on ice a little bit. It feels like it's the best way I can describe it.
It's over animated.
Yeah,
a lot of the new games,
I think so.
and Mario's the exact same way. Is they over animate and you lose a lot of that super tight control that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know you went back to what?
Super
Mario World.
It's Super Mario 3D World.
3D World. And
Was
you
just
were
really
saying
tough
you
to
were
do.
not enjoying that, like the controls and that's interesting.
That's coming off of Astrobot.
I actually think like this is a little bit the opposite. I think the OG was super clean and tight, and this one not as much. It's not bad per se. Like you still get everything across. It's close enough where you're having a very similar experience, but especially watching it like an expert play the game, you really see the nuances, obviously.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that stuff. I also think they made it a little bit too cartoony.
Okay.
So you talk about over animating everything. I think that like also extends into the cutscenes where, Spyro's making this face, like this shrug towards the camera. I'm like, I don't know. I think largely, look, they kept all the dialogue and everything, but there's a few things where it's like, I know you were talking about the old voice actors, and so maybe it's a nostalgia thing where it's like, that's not how I remember him saying that or whatever. But overall, I think it is a very good kind of remaster, probably, I would say. I know that we always go back and forth on that, but
I at this point, I think it's more of a remake than a remaster, but
yeah, you're probably right. There's enough difference. There's such a weird thing though, where you cannot play this game over 120 frames. So he starts he starts literally sliding.
Yeah.
And you like can barely move. You're super out of control. Also, you get a ton of bugs that instantly fix themselves when you put it down to 30 frames.
Oh.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
So for example, in Magic Crafters, the Druids, there were a couple levels where like, how they manipulate the terrain and stuff.
Yeah.
So they would like put a wall up and they're supposed to it's supposed to be a cycle. They would not put it back down. Until I turned it to 30 frames, and then they put it back down.
Huh.
It was so
you're playing
weird.
at 30 frames right now?
No, I do that, and then I get
60.
past that part, and then I bump it back up, and it's totally fine.
That's
It
wild.
is so... I don't know if I've ever experienced a game like that, where the frame generation is, like, determining all these bugs.
That's the reason why I haven't purchased it for the Switch 2, is because it's still locked at 30, and they're saying that it has something to do with the physics, where they can't unlock it to 60.
It's very tied.
Yeah.
Like, the game was meant to be played at 30.
Yeah, it's super weird.
It looks beautiful, though, at a high frame rate.
Sure.
At 120. I mean, this game, I was telling you, like, when it was uncapped, I was getting, like, maybe almost 300.
Yeah, that's wild.
Which at that point, you can't even tell. Like, 240 is probably, like, the...
Well, 240 is your max anyway, so you're not going to see it.
Yeah, my refresh, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I've been having a good time. I'm on the second one now. I just play it. It's been like a nightly ritual where I'm just like, I play a couple levels.
Sure. You need that, right? Like, you need to just kind of relax. And
it's been a good time, man. I've just been not trying to force myself to do things I don't want to do.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I'm in the mood to do this. Yep. It's a very old school thought where it's like, back in the day when we were kids, I would just put in Spyro and I play it again for the 1,000th time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted that feeling a little bit, and it's been a good time. Some of the things though, I like treetops.
Yep.
I died 1,000 times.
Yeah.
There's two things I want to share. One, you saw me do Icy Flight,
Yeah.
one of the greatest clutches of all time.
Yep.
I literally completed, it's one of the flying levels, 0.0 left.
Yeah.
Buzzer beater.
Like the timer. Yeah.
Boom. And that was awesome.
I could not believe it.
It was the greatest play I've ever made in Spyro. And then Treetops, I got down to my last life. I was at 0. And I did the whole supercharge thing, where you have to like run around the map.
Yeah,
And you have to go backwards and this and that. I was like struggling.
Yep.
I was like, how did I do this as a kid? I think it might be easier in the original Spyro. Again, the jump, the mechanics are...
See, funnily enough, like I remember being really anxious about that specifically, and then I just nailed it the first time with it. With a new one. I could never get it as a kid.
Oh, really?
So then when I played on the new one, I was like,
it was always
man,
tough.
This is gonna suck.
Dude,
And
it took
then
me half the time to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Back in the day, especially like in the new one, you have such great draw distance that you can see the whole map and kind of piece things together.
Yep.
In the old days, it was like fog of war, man. And it's like you have to trust there's going to be a ramp there.
Yeah.
At Treetops, me and my brother, that took us forever.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite levels, though, because I think what a great design on just the supercharge might be the best part of that game.
Yeah.
How they utilize that.
Like the momentum and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the last or the second to last world, what is that called? Dreamweavers.
Mm-hmm.
I nailed all those superchargers like first time. That felt good.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I still got it. But anyways, it was a good time. I was having a
That's good.
I still
have to beat the third one. I 100% of 1 too. So I got to do 3.
Do you like 2? I mean, you never played 2 as a kid. Yeah.
I did not like it as much as 1, but that's more of a...
I like 2 better a little bit. I like the simplicity of 1. I will say this, when it comes to speedrunning, 1 is a vastly superior game. That might be one of my favorite speedrun games I've ever seen, just because of how... I've talked about this a little bit, but it's so true to the real game, casual game, and just optimizing every little thing that I like that.
Yeah.
I am not a huge fan of like a bunch of glitches and...
Yeah.
You're skipping a lot of things, and you're doing like in Spyro 2. I think I was telling you, you skip to the end. You just get to the end immediately because you can get the super fireball.
Yep.
And then you do everything backwards, and I hate that.
The thing that I didn't like about 2 is having to go back and like redo things. Like if I'm in a level, let me collect everything, and then let me leave.
I was just thinking that, and I was like, although I did cheese it a little bit.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because apparently since I have a save file, 100% on the first in another save slot, obviously, it gives me super flame.
Oh,
so
really?
I was able to do some of the challenges. And I can turn it off as well.
Yeah.
But I was able to do some of the challenges without getting up on the ladder.
Yeah.
So I just did it. I was like, I don't want to come back.
Sure.
But I 100% hate that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did that for 3. I hope they took that out for 3.
I don't know. I've literally never played 3 ever. So like I need to just fire it up and try it and see what's up.
From what I've seen, I think 3 is probably the weakest one. But
yeah, there's probably a reason why 4 never happened.
Well, I think
guess technically
Insomniac was just
kind of went off.
Done at that point.
Yeah.
I don't think their heart was in it for 3. Sometimes you can tell when a studio
is just like contractually obligated to make another one. Yeah.
2, you could tell they really...
Yeah, 2
poured their heart
2 is a
soul.
better game. Like I believe that. Me, I have the affection for 1.
I think you can make an argument for 1. The simplicity of it, the core mechanics. Like there's some mini games in 2 that are like, why are we doing this?
I guess, but I think 2 does everything better than 1, short of maybe pacing.
Yeah,
I think better.
Yeah,
but
there's like actual boss fights. Like 1 is just it's like another level.
Yeah.
Like Nasty takes 1 hit, he's dead.
Yeah,
which is funny.
One's that'll
got a
always
special
be,
place.
Yeah, a place in my heart.
Oh, of course, yeah. So I don't know. I've been doing that. I've been playing a lot of games actually. Oblivion remaster.
Still going strong on that?
Here and there. I think I got into a point where I am pretty. I got a good feel for it. The thing with that is, I actually really like it. So that might be. I've only played Skyrim when it comes to the Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
And Skyrim's main story is pretty weak in my opinion.
Yep.
This one was pretty good. I actually really liked this one. It was pretty engaging. It was interesting. So I was actually kind of following the main story, which I never did in Skyrim. I'd always go to the Thieves Guild. Sure. But Sneaky Archer, which the greatest class of all time. Not as strong in Oblivion. Still good.
It can be. You can cheese it a lot.
You can cheese it, but Skyrim, it's just so good. It's so good in Skyrim. But I was having fun with it. I do like what you said about it's really interesting to me how they took away in Skyrim a lot of the mechanics. There's this whole magic system that you get, and
that's a watered down version for Morrowind.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
that's very strange to me. I don't know why they would. Usually it's the other way around,
man. It's for the masses,
I guess. But
Mass Effect did really the same thing.
Yes.
So
true,
I mean,
true,
it's more actiony. Like it's just like.
I will say Mass Effect expanded in other areas though. Like I think they went more hard into like if you look at 1 and you really look, I've played Mass Effect enough where you kind of start seeing behind the curtain a little bit on how it's structured. There's not a lot of impactful choices. Whereas in 2, I think they really dive into that and dialogue things. And you do get the advantage of, since you did have the first game, having callbacks and stuff. So, I mean, that's not fair to 1, but I do agree though. Like 1, you had a whole expansive, like it was more of an RPG.
Yeah.
But like the side missions in 1 were like,
I'm not saying 1 is better. Some people
they were like a barren
but,
planet. I don't know. The side missions 2 aren't much better, honestly though, but I don't know, you get the loyalty missions, I think were good.
Yeah.
The narrative was better.
But
anyway,
but Oblivion, even like the Thieves Guild, I think is better with like the Grey Fox mask and everything. So it's like
that was really cool. I'm doing that, and I was like, I always go with like my rogue, Sneaky Archer, but with this, I was like, man, I don't know, this makes more sense just to be like a knight, right down the middle, because I'm really vibing with the main story.
Yeah.
But you do start in prison, so it makes sense. I always have a headcanon going into Elder Scrolls games, but I think I'm in a good spot with it. I don't know how much more I'm going to play of it, just because I have so much on my plate, and that's a game where you can just throw all your time into. Yeah. But it really made me appreciate Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Like, just it's better across. Like, it's outdated. Oblivion's outdated. Even with it looks great. I will say the performance on it is not super fantastic. There's so much stuttering.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is not on me.
Yeah.
Because I run it fine with everything maxed, but I did watch the Digital Foundry video as well, and they reported the same thing. Okay. So it's definitely a game issue, but it does look beautiful because I think it's Unreal 5
in visuals only. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same engine underneath it, and it's just like a skin for everything else.
Yeah, but it looks great.
Yeah.
I think the movement's a little clunky and stuff, which I guess to your point, it's the same kind of.
It's literally the old game, and they just
like riding a horse. I'm like, oh my god! Yeah. But it made me appreciate Kingdom Come 2. Like that is just such a true evolution on what that is. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
So while I think it's solid, I do think it's outdated. Yeah, for sure. And I don't know how I feel about the new Elder Scrolls. Like 6, I don't think they have it anymore, man.
I have not seen it. Like honestly, like
what's the last thing we got excited? You know what I mean? Or that like they hit it out of the park,
right? I was never a huge. I know obviously a lot of people like Skyrim, so it is what it is. But I was never super into Skyrim because I thought Oblivion was better, and I thought that the setting of Skyrim, which is just like, hey, enjoy the mountains, like it's not as varied, and I didn't like it as much. Honestly, like I think that the online is the way to like have those guys go in and pen the story or figure something out. Or
online, the whole map. You have access to everything
at this point, probably.
Yeah, because they probably added
different expansions. It was like, hey, you're going to Morrowind now. I think that was like a couple years back, but yeah.
That's cool. I like the world. I think the world in Elder Scrolls is very cool. It's very, it's expansive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, some of the dialogue is just, it's very old school. It's very old school.
But then if you look at like how arcadey like Starfield is, like you could see it even going further in a direction that like I don't think is very RPG.
Starfield killed all my confidence in Bethesda 100%, dude.
Yeah.
Like that was
like
that was bad.
You're looking at Bethesda, you're looking at BioWare, you're looking at all of these like old teams that were like, oh, these are these lauded groups, and I'm not like, nothing against the developers, but it's like, how many of the developers are still there from when you thought it was like this amazing thing? How many bugs and tech issues and all of these like kind of antiquated game mechanics were we just okay with because it was novel at the time, but now so many games have come out that are just like leapfrogging it like crazy.
Yep.
So it's just like, like what do you have? Because I'm sure a lot of the developers are under this kind of gun of like, well, this is what people liked about these games. We have to still be true to our original selves. So like, here's how we're going to do Mass Effect. Here's how we're going to do whatever. And they're not going to be able to like be super novel because then you're going to piss off at all your fans on a certain, spectrum, and vice versa, where it's like, okay, but if you're too samey, then you're going to get dinged for that too. So they're just between a rock and a hard place. I applaud them for at least trying something new with Starfield, because it's like, okay, you don't have any kind of preconceived notions, but it's like, it wasn't good. And especially
they were
when
working on that game forever.
Well, you're taking different scenes of Starfield and you're putting it against No Man's Sky, and you're putting against even Cyberpunk. You're putting against, and it's just like, this is it's a dead lifeless game. Exactly. Yeah.
And it runs like shit.
Yeah.
Like their technology is outdated. They have to.
Well, they are. That's why they're doing Unreal. So if you look,
if you
read between the lines,
they outsourced it.
Well, right, but what I'm saying is, if you're reading between the lines and you're looking at that stuff, because I believe they've already said...
I don't think they can.
I think they already said that 6 is in Unreal.
Oh, did they?
I think so. You double check me.
My understanding of the situation, which could be totally wrong, is that they don't know Unreal, which is why they outsourced Oblivion to begin with.
Well, I think they're working working on the new stuff. That's all. But I think it's like a tech demo.
They have to, or something.
It's no different than when they were doing like they brought in they had the new studio, and it's like, okay, hey, Halo, work on 1 and 2 remaster, which now people are even saying that they're going to do another 1 remaster, like a remake type of thing.
Please, please.
If it's a remake, just
put Chief behind the barn, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Just do something new.
Put him next to Marcus Phoenix, and it's over.
Well, that's the exact same thing, though, is look at
Reloaded.
Gears of War, where it's like you've already had... Because I was like, am I crazy?
Yeah.
And you look at
Ultimate,
it didn't
even look that much better, Ty.
That's because we kind of already did it, but it is new.
But it's like one incremental...
Yep. And it is a completely different SKU, because we got the code for it.
Yep.
If you had the Ultimate or whatever
which is nice.
Sure.
But I think it's time to retire some of our classics, man. I think it's time.
So here's the thing, and this is why I respect God of War so much, is like, they either need to evolve.
Yep.
Or you need to, you're right, take them out back.
Yes.
Like, pick one.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to capture what put them on the map.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
God of War is a great example where it's like, if you have a vision and pristine execution, of course, you can resurrect anything. I don't care what it is. Doom is another perfect example.
Yep.
But what they're doing with Halo and Gears and a lot of these other properties, Assassin's Creed, I would even throw it in there, although... I think they do try to vary it a little bit in Assassin's Creed. This one they did pull back.
Yep.
But the execution just was not...
It's aimless. I'm not saying that, like they're just really... They don't have a clear... Like, God of War, there is a very clear direction.
Intention and an artistic vision.
Yeah.
Of... You could tell.
Yep.
I mean, there was a clear understanding of where they wanted to go. Mm-hmm. And... Now the stars aligned. You have amazing, like a phenomenal performance, by a lot of different people. Like you have to have the parts that come together, right? You can't just have a great idea, but
you still need the direction. Like you still need
that's
like
the core of it.
Yeah.
If you don't have that,
right,
it's all for nothing. Like an example is like Starfield, on paper, I think was very exciting.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't have the execution though.
Yeah.
God of War is one of these projects that the stars aligned, and it gives me hope though, because it's like, you can have your franchise guy or girl or whatever, like a Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's another good example, right? Of just bringing it into the modern era with the right group. You can do it. It's possible.
Yeah.
But there's too many situations. There's so many more situations of just cashing in on the likeness. And like
Gears
Halo,
of War,
I just don't even get excited for Halo anymore. Or Gears.
Well, they fumbled it. They you should have delayed that game. Halo should have been a complete product. And just go with that, and they didn't. And Gears of War is going to be the same thing, where it's like, okay, you're going to go back to the well. You're going to do a prequel. You've done it before, and it didn't go well.
Gears has more of a chance because I think the story is a little bit more intriguing on where it's at, and you're at least there's like some progression where like you're introducing his kid and stuff.
Well, no, they're going back. That's what I mean. Like, you had all that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. They're like fumbling it with that because it's like, well, they left off
what are
on
we
an
going to get out of
interesting
the prequel? Like, literally, what are you going to get?
Yeah, prequels
that you didn't already have.
Prequels are tough.
Yeah,
because it's like you know where it's going.
Yes.
So unless you can do, and I think this is what Star Wars does brilliantly. It's like, okay, we know where we ended up in Star Wars, but there's enough intrigue there. Say what you will about the prequels. I think the macro design of the prequels is maybe the best in all of Star Wars. You see this political intrigue and the progression, and there's almost this a good prequel needs to utilize the knowledge that the audience has of where it's going to end up to its advantage. Like this anticipation or this dreading of this moment where you're building up this relationship between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and it's like, uh-oh. Like, the more you build that up, the more you dread the day that it's going to come home.
Absolutely.
So...
But there's this pivotal moment there.
Are you going to get that in Gears?
You don't have a pivotal moment.
No.
Like, what? He gets jailed?
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know.
Like, great. Okay, you abandon your post, and like we know that is what happened. And I'm not saying that they're not, like, maybe there'll be another story that they tell, and it's this kind of feel good thing.
Yeah.
But there isn't this like, oh, Marcus becomes Darth Vader.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like how did Marcus become Marcus? It's like it's pretty. It's a fastball. It's right down the middle. You know, and Gears has never been unbelievable plot craziness.
Right.
It's exploding people, and
at least 5 was maybe interesting.
So maybe that's the point where it's like it doesn't matter where we go, and it's just let's just blow people up and cut them in half. But the problem is the thing I hate, you actually run into this with Star Wars as well. Everything looks way nicer and newer and awesomer, and there's more options. And it's like, what's before? Like, why do we regress?
Well, that's why you call it a Retro Lancer, but it's completely different.
Yeah, it's we have a lot more options now. It's like, I don't know. Now, to be fair, the Retro Lancer was added in 3.
Right.
So,
if you want to make it like a soft reboot, so similar to like Modern Warfare and all of these things, fine.
Yeah.
Like if they start playing with it, or even like Final Fantasy, and you start playing with the storyline because you just can't, like, you need to make it your own, so be it.
Yes.
The problem is you're going to run into this again because you have 5 Gears games. So either you have to like make the storyline so fast that like you kind of get to where you wanted to go and then you kind of continue, or you're just rehashing 5 games, and then by the time you get to that 5th game 20 years from now, you're going to have a whole new studio that goes back to the first one and says, hey, we're going to remake 1 again.
Yeah, I mean, look, it works. That's why they do it, because they know that it's going to make money.
Sure.
It's such an easy baseline for them.
Yeah.
Because they're just living, they're just like little barnacles sucking off the last juice of this whale that they had. And I don't know. I mean, you bring up a couple other good points. Like the Modern Warfare reboot was, I hated that. And I know that you liked, the first one's story and stuff, but so unnecessary.
Yeah.
In my mind, I don't know why. You're kind of paving over the original when you do that.
Definitely.
And the original's so good. Why would you do that? We can't think of other characters or other conflicts and wars that we can.
Well, like
I mean, it's like a really straightforward concept. It's going to be a war.
It's the coyness that I don't like. It's like when you say like, so this is just a remake, like we're redoing this. Well, it's kind of like a soft reboot. We don't really want to like actually.
What sucks about it too is like when someone says Modern Warfare, are they talking about 2019?
Right.
Or are they talking about one of the greatest games ever made?
Right.
It's so frustrating. It's like the naming convention of it literally paved over.
Well, now
the
they're
old
doing
ones.
Black Ops 7. So you just did 6.
Yeah.
And now you're going to go and do 7.
You can't even find Modern Warfare 2 Remastered on Steam. It's not even on Steam.
It's on Blizzard.
It's on Blizzard.
Yeah.
But Call of Duty 4 Remastered's on Steam.
Well, it's a whole...
At the bottom of the barrel. Like,
Yeah.
they try to hide that shit.
Yeah.
They want you to buy the new ones, and it's like, it's not as good.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? Because every summer sale, I always look for the old ones because I always get a Jones in to play.
Dude, and 2's great. Because I went back and played the campaign because I'm like, is this really that much better?
So much better. I mean, Call of Duty used to be obviously on top of the world in terms of like their level design and
you could always tell when people are desperate because now it's like, oh, hey, look, it's Mason. Remember Mason? Mason's good. And it's just like, okay, so
that was one of the most anticlimactic ends.
Yep.
To like I think that was Xbox.
Yeah, you have to.
Obviously
throw
Xbox
Call of Duty on there. Yeah.
Well, I was like intrigued. I was like, oh, what is this?
Yeah.
Looks new. Looks like a new IP.
Good. It's like, nah.
Looks like they put money into this.
Yep.
Mason. I'm like, fuck. All right. There it is. It's
But it's when you pull the names out, right? Like it's when you see the Master Chief walk in, when you hear boy, when you hear
like I get it.
Gets me excited. And then it's just like,
it works.
all right, let's see.
That's what I'm saying. It works.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't.
Sure.
I don't know. But I don't know. You bring up a good point in Final Fantasy. It's actually something I wanted to talk about because my friend just finished the remake.
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yep.
And I'm in a bit of a pickle with him because he's never played the original. So he's texting me and he's like, dude, I am so confused. And I'm like, fuck. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's like, it's normal to be confused after that game, even if you did play the original, obviously, because how they do it, which...
You're probably more confused if you play the original.
Yes, but not. He's like, "Who's Zach?" And I'm like, "Well, in the original, you don't know. You don't see him until 50 hours
That's what
later."
I mean. Like, yeah.
So it's like, okay. So the problem I'm running into is to explain the ending. I have to spoil the original.
Yeah, but you shouldn't.
I should not.
Like, yeah.
But I don't know if the game does a good enough job to explain the original. I don't think it does. Because in the second one...
A lot of it holds on the third one, right?
Like you haven't finished the second one.
I haven't.
I don't think the second one, if I didn't go play the original after I played Remake, I don't know, like the second one probably I would have been very, very lost.
Sure.
So they're trying to like weave this line where they can surprise new players with the OG stuff and this... and returning players.
Is the second one the guys that did Kingdom Hearts? I'm making that up.
No, he actually... I think he was the director on the first one.
Okay.
Nomura, I think it is.
All right.
And I think the second one is Tamaguchi or someone.
Okay.
So everyone's saying... like I think it's a hit or miss for a lot of people. I personally think it's genius.
Sure.
And maybe I'm just glazing. But to have a game... that's a remake, but then it goes a step further, and to weave this line of giving enough of OG stuff, being close enough where it's like you get that piece of it, but also to leave people not knowing what to expect, I think is really well done. And I've actually seen a lot of videos of people shitting on it because they don't like it. They're like, why did you not give me turn-based? I just wanted like the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And I really was thinking about it. It's like, first of all, from the artist's perspective, that's the last thing they want to do. They already made that game.
Yeah.
And they don't want to go back and make the same game again. You know, you want to push your pursuit, I would say. I don't know. For me, like I'm a musician, right? It's like you write a piece and then you're not going to write the same piece. You already said that.
Yeah.
So I think this is a great way to balance it in my mind, where it's like you give people what they want, where they see these characters in the similar situations, and then you get that little cherry on top. Because I think most of the divergent stuff happens at the end in both 1 and 2. So I personally like it, but a lot of people don't like it, which I think also makes sense because it is, to your point, getting into that Kingdom Hearts territory where it's like multiverses and...
Well, I think that's the problem, right? Like, at what point, like, what is the definitive thing, right? So, like, you have the people that had 7.
Yep.
That did 7.
Yep.
It's like, that's their game.
Yep.
And then you have people that never played the original and they're playing this one. They're just like, okay, you say Final Fantasy VII, they think this storyline, this game, and everything. And then it's like, okay, so everyone's right, and like maybe you don't have to have like this is the definitive thing, but it's just like it's a weird, you're just muddying it up just to muddy it. So I don't know. I like them. I actually like. I personally like Remake more than Rebirth. That's me. I think it's a tighter game personally, and I like the combat more. But
that's really surprising.
Yeah,
me.
I
thought they improved it quite a bit in Rebirth.
And maybe I have to go back and redo it, and it's just
wow, that's never gonna happen.
No,
I think a lot of it hinges on the third game.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
If
they
it comes together and they stick the landing,
sure.
It might be one of the greatest cooks of all time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've obviously I'm very invested in this, so I've been really keeping track of it, and I like this sort of stuff. Where I liked Kingdom Hearts as well, where it's when people say, "Oh, this is Kingdom Hearts," like, dude, I don't think they really remember Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is you need a PhD to even get in the ballpark of what the world is going on there. It is the most convoluted, heart, dark, light shit.
Yeah.
And I like it, but I like that stuff. I like the theory, talking it out. I mean, that's really fun for me, especially when you get a friend who is in that with you. It's I don't know. I have a good time with that. So it doesn't bother me on that aspect. I do get that people just wanted their game.
Sure.
With a property like that, you're never going to make everyone happy.
No, and I think they're skating the line. I like what they're doing, but anyways, to my original point, I don't know what to do with my friend because he just
has to. Yeah.
It's not up to you. I think he either needs to go and play the original.
He's not going to do that.
Sure, or then he needs to watch a hour-long video of, hey, here's everything you need to know from the original.
Yeah, I was looking up videos where it's like the ending explained and it just spoils the original, and I'm like, I need to make one.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm just gonna bring a whiteboard to your house, and I'm gonna try to skirt the line of like what I can share, what I can't.
I mean, I have a blackboard right there. You can just kind of use that.
We got to get him over here and just. I don't know. I'm very excited. I mean, it all hinges on the last game. I'm nervous though.
Yeah.
I could see it just being like, oh, okay, so this is just gobbledygook. Because if the last game if they don't stick the landing, it makes the first two way worse. Mm-hmm. 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 But like, I think a lot of the forgiveness based on these like really crazy ending things is contingent on the fact that it's all going to make sense.
Yeah.
And they got a lot of work to do, dude, because it is crazy. The second one's even wilder.
Yeah.
I wish you would finish the game just so I could get your reaction. I think you would just be like soup. Your brain would be soup.
Probably. But I like that. I mean, I just went and grabbed Death Stranding. So I'm going down that path, and I got to
People are saying the second one is it's getting higher scores. Like the first one I think did okay.
I watched it was like an hour and a half video of like, here's the Death Stranding, and like an
hour and a half.
I couldn't follow it.
They came out, like the actual people came out with a 5-minute video. I'm like, there's no way they explain this story in 5 minutes. Yeah, it was like the official, whoever it is.
Kojima?
Yeah. Is that just his studio?
Kojima Productions,
yeah. Yeah, they came out with, I was like, dude, no way. Maybe it was PlayStation or someone. It was official though.
Yeah.
Not just like
maybe I'll look for that.
Not the guy. Yeah, I'll send it to you. But yeah, so you're going to play it? I saw it upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. I gotta dust off the old.
You played the first one, right? Or you didn't finish it?
I played maybe like a third of the first one.
Okay.
Something like that.
But you're familiar with it and maybe the premise and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I think the train left the station for me, dude. I don't know if I can get it.
The only reason I'm doing it is because it's like, okay, like it's literally he's taking his like baby daughter. And I'm like, well,
I was thinking of you when I saw it.
Yeah, like it's not going to hit harder than it's going to hit right now. So I feel like I have to play it now.
There you go.
So we'll see. I might be a wreck
when
I'm playing it.
There might be something there. I might draw you in.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. You have to let me know how that goes. And that's PlayStation only?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got the disc up there.
I was thinking about getting a Pro for GTA 6.
I would have got a Pro if this was not but it's 60 frames, and I was looking at Digital Foundry, and they're like, hey, everything's great. Like this.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got it for this, but
people are like freaking out because the load times apparently
Oh,
are
very long?
No, like
Or quick.
faster than any other. Like it's just like
Wow.
they're saying it's like Kojima made some deal with Satan to get it that fast.
Wow.
Zach sent me a video where he's like, start game, and it was like
Bang.
1 second. He's like in the game walking around.
Well, that was the whole thing. They were always
Yeah, but this is the first game that
preaching
like
with-
was like, hey,
I
here
think
you
Ratchet
go.
and Clank did very good with that.
And Spider-Man did to an
Spider-Man.
extent, but like this is like straight up
Spider-Man
like,
was really good too.
from
yeah,
cold
from the menu
to in there. Yeah.
Yeah, so even better.
That's what
Wow.
people are saying.
Wow. Yeah,
Find out.
that was the big thing they were pushing with PS5. I remember. It's
Yeah.
just like the seamless aspect.
I
so.
just need to figure out where I'm gonna. I guess I'll just put it down here. I don't know. I want to play upstairs, but
Why not?
well, we're trying to get Penny to walk around, and now she just really likes my controllers. So now I have like my controller and I have her controller.
Nice.
So it's just
Like a
dummy
fake one.
controller.
Right,
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, you'll have to let me know how that goes. I've been very busy. Oblivion, Monster Train 2. I played a lot of.
Yeah, you liking that?
I think it's a really great game.
Yeah.
It's a roguelites it's a great genre.
Yeah.
Just to play one run at the end of the night, get off work or whatever. It's such a good. I remember Hades. When Hades came out, that was like my ritual. I'd come home from work and just do a couple runs.
Yeah.
It was so nice. It was a great time. So I would say the barrier to entry is like decent. There's a lot going on in that game. There's a lot of
Yeah.
mechanics.
With like weird. It's not very intuitive in terms of like what everything does.
Doesn't help you
Yeah.
that much.
It's tough.
And but if you push through it, you get rewarded for
Mm-hmm.
it. It feels very good. There's a ton of decks or armies or whatever.
Yep.
And then there's 2 leaders per army, so there's like 20 options or something. I mean, there's so much content in this game. It's pretty interesting. The story I could care less about.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
interesting premise or whatever actually, but they were like talking. I was like, I actually just do not.
Yeah,
I just want to get
let's
back into
play
that.
it, yeah.
Like Hades is a rare breed where it's like, oh wow, I'm actually like really engaged in this, and I don't know what they do. Maybe the voice, the performances, and I think the premise of it just fits so well into the gameplay or something. Where it's like, when I was playing Hades, it's like I want to get out to see what he says next.
Yeah.
See if he can get further.
Yep.
And yeah. But yeah, this one I'm like, yeah, just skip it, which I hate doing. I generally like, because they put a lot of work into the writing and
Usually,
all that.
yeah.
So I try not to skip. So I do listen to it, but there are sometimes I'm just glazing over. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's too serious or anything, but it is. There's a little bit there. It's been great though.
Nice.
I've had a good time with that. Game Pass.
It's huge here.
Oh my
Game
gosh,
Pass.
that's unbelievable. So, and then the last one I've been playing is Dark Deity 2, which is the one you.
Yeah, you started it? Is it good? You like it?
I'm like 20 some hours in.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm about halfway. Those games are grinds, dude. Always. I really like strategy RPGs.
Yeah.
And I always forget that I like them that much.
Yeah.
Until I like play a Fire Emblem. I'm like, dude, these are great.
Yeah.
Like
a Unicorn Overlord.
Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's a little bit of a barrier, but once you get into that flow state of like you really know your team and the combos are coming,
Yeah.
it's great feeling.
So you like the characters and everything? Like I see.
Yeah, it's. I think it's solid. I think, to go back of our theme of this year, this is the most chalk game I think I've ever played. Like when you think of like an SRPG, this is it. It doesn't do anything great, but it's competent.
Yeah.
The story's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like anime, very kind of a little, maybe, I don't know how to even describe it, a little over the top or a little bit like you saw it coming, I guess, and stuff. Just not maybe not super deep.
Yeah.
And the characters are like fine, pretty stereotyped.
Everything's voiced though, right? Like
Everything's voiced, which is very surprising.
Yeah.
I was very impressed by that. The voice acting is not that bad either. The game has to have a very low budget, I would imagine, because it's made in Game Maker.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like a RPG Maker, I guess, or something.
Yeah,
like
it's more involved.
little step up.
Yeah.
Okay, but nothing like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they do a lot of behind the scenes
Yeah,
work with it, but yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how many people are involved in it or what the budget is, but
Yeah.
I would imagine it's low.
Yeah.
Or than Fire Emblem.
Yes, probably.
So, but for what? Yeah, I think it's just a solid. I'm having the most fun with the gameplay, I think.
Yeah. Well, you wanted a Fire Emblem like, so it's like
that's a Fire Emblem like 100%. Yeah, but the bonds and stuff are not as good.
Yeah,
as like Fire Emblem for sure. Actually, some of them are really weird, where it's like you think you know a character, and then you get to their one-on-one bond, and they're like being a dick, and I'm like, where is this coming from? And maybe because it's not voice, so the one-on-one interactions aren't voice acted.
Interesting.
So maybe that's it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. There's like, I don't know, trying to do like drama and stuff, and it's just like this is a very anime, like a little too much.
Oh, it's just kind of nuts, like coming from you.
Look, I like an anime.
Yeah, I know you do. That's what I mean.
The chalk animes are tough sometimes.
Yeah,
because they get a little too much.
That's fair.
I wouldn't even. I don't know if it's the anime, but it's. I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably not describing it or doing it justice. It's pretty. It's
20 hours
decent.
though. That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through it because I do want to. I mean, you know me. I like finishing the games.
Sure.
But I don't really have to finish Monster Hunter, and I think Oblivion's an exception where it's like I'm just.
Yeah,
I might grind through the main story, but I'm not gonna go crazy on that one.
It's funny because I think you probably should have went with Avowed over Oblivion at that point.
I got time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd still rather you play Dragon Age, to be honest.
I know.
But yeah.
And then the only other thing is, I guess, Doom. We
kind
of ended my journey on that. We got to review that. Maybe not today, but
yeah, we could. Yeah, I feel like we can make it like a more official review.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're just done with Doom now at this point. It just doesn't work for you.
I put in the work.
Yeah, I gotta check in on Jeff. Do we know where he's at? Like, I think he's gonna get. I think
the Seas have claimed
taken
him
a little bit.
I think he's just with Davy Jones at this point, man. He is.
Davy Jones is in that game.
Everyone's in that game.
Yeah, that's true.
Monkey Island.
I did. I've been doing a lot of Switch stuff. There's a Switch summer sale going on, so naturally I'm just loading up my Switch with games that I want to play. So I have Day of the Diver on there. So I'm gonna go back in.
Ichiban's on there.
Ichiban's on there, and they just re-released the Godzilla stuff, which apparently was timed. So it's like it's this weird like it's not always available.
Ooh, it's a little rare. Gotta get that. Did you get it already?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Yeah, so gonna do that because they're gonna come up with an update. It's really cool to watch all these older games that are just like, here's a Switch 2 update. Now it just runs perfectly.
Yep.
Both Zelda games run immaculately. Like, they're incredible. Like, they're actually really good. Mario Kart, interesting.
Yeah, how's that been going?
It's tough. Mario Kart's real hard now. So it's like 24 player. It's like it's cutthroat.
Yeah.
And the computers are like insane. Like, they're really good. Yeah, they're really good.
So if you don't have a full lobby, it's like
they're just great. But even the full lobby, I mean, people are really good. And you can grind on everything and run off walls.
I've been seeing some clips.
It's insane, dude. It's insane.
The ceiling is
very,
up
very high.
there.
Yeah.
Which is, I think
cool.
it gives it longevity, maybe, right?
I guess. It's a little weird because the meta right now is you pick a lightweight character, and you get a high acceleration vehicle, and then you just chill in the back for 2 or 3 laps. Get many
the good power-ups.
And then you just blast forward at the last lap. That's not really my favorite game. Like, I like just fighting for first. So I don't really jive with the meta. I did win one against 23 other people.
Wow.
So like, I was excited about that, and I took a screenshot. And I'm playing baby Daisy is my main, because I'm like, well, I have Penny on my lap half the time, so I'll just be like, all right, there you are, you're in the game. It's very tough. I actually took it out and put Mario Kart 8 in because I haven't played any of the new stuff. There's like 90 tracks in that game, 96 tracks or something
Mario
like that.
Kart 8
it's the definitive Mario Kart.
It's the definitive Mario Kart.
And it looks real good.
Until World overtakes it. But that's a long way away.
Dude, Nintendo is dropping the ball hard on World, where like they're all the tracks, right? And World has a lot of tracks where it's like you just do the full track. You don't actually do laps, which I like the more laps. I'm a little bit more traditional with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then they have a lot of these connecting pieces that's just like a long straightaway.
Yeah.
Because everything is connected in the world.
It's like a Forza.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you do like the gladiators.
It can be. Yeah. So like there are different modes
you race
and stuff.
around the whole map.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
there's like a knockout thing and you have to like go between.
Yeah.
So there's that. Or you actually do a normal kart, but then you could also do races where it's like, okay, pick the track that you want. And the long straightaways are included in that, where you do this long straightaway and then do one lap of a track, and that's considered like the full thing. And people don't like that. So what they've been doing is they've been like voting against them, and they're like, dude, we'd rather just do random than do these long tracks. Well, Nintendo didn't really like that. So then they put an update in that basically forces those tracks.
Oh,
which is like completely against what everybody's
crazy.
asking for. So yeah, they're in a little bit of hot water right now. People are just unhappy.
You can't have a straight track in Mario Kart.
You can, but it's like it's 24 people.
That's the most boring thing ever.
It's interesting in that, like, okay, for those type of tracks, you want to be you save your power ups and you just want to be the fastest dude.
Yeah. Oh,
because it's like you just go straight, you get your top speed, and Bowser's just crushing people. But then when there's like 15 blue shells coming at you, like what are you gonna do? Yeah. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. It does look like when they're side by side. The ongoing joke is like 8 looks just like World, and people are like, which one's which and stuff. When you go back and you play 8, you're like, oh, World has way better lighting. Yeah, it's just better animation, better everything. But 8's real good.
8's
like
so
8's tight and feels good, and it's just like
everything.
The music's so good, dude.
Oh my gosh!
I downloaded the Nintendo app, and I sat there with Penny, and I just had it on in the background and stuff. And like every time, like an old school like Super Mario World thing came on, she would like kind of like dance and stuff. And I'm like, that's awesome. But 8 has like 5 or 6 freaking Rainbow Roads. It just tells you, it's like, here's Rainbow Road from Wii and Super Nintendo, and here's ours.
8.
And in 8, 8 has everything.
Yeah.
It's just every course you liked.
Is there Rainbow Road in the new one?
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. The Rainbow Road in the new one's very good.
Someone was saying that there wasn't one.
There is.
I think you just didn't discover it yet.
Yeah, you have to. I think gold.
How does that work? If everything's connected, how do you get the space?
I mean, I could spoil it for you, but so you start basically you beat the game, you get gold on all of the things, and then unlocks Rainbow Road. You go through it all, and then you're going off, and then there's this like super ramp, and it just shoots you up in outer space.
That's cool.
And then you have Rainbow Road in outer space. That. It's like a 7-minute course. It's a massive course.
And it's good,
but it's really good. Yeah,
yeah.
I think my all-time favorite one might be, I think it's the Wii. Because I went back to 8, like I said, and I just started doing all the Rainbow Roads and stuff. And I watched a video about like, oh, here's all of them back to back to back. And I'm just like, man, this is like
the history.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
There's a history of Rainbow Road.
The Super Nintendo one has been remade like 3-4 times. Like it's in a ton of them.
We should do like top 5 maps. Yeah. And I include tracks in that.
Oh man, that is what I mean? So tough. Yeah.
You could probably do tracks itself. You could do Mario tracks themselves, so that could be its own video. But I do think
like 96 of them. Like it's crazy.
I think maps would be a cool video.
Like what? So like just like Call of Duty boards and stuff, and like just anything. Okay, like levels.
Yeah, probably you might have to like make it a little more specific, like maybe top 5 shooter maps, top 5 tracks, racing tracks, or whatever. But
yeah, how do you kind of compare and contrast them?
Yeah, but I mean, legacy, I don't know. That's what I was just thinking about. Like the legacy of Rainbow Road is up there, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, okay.
I like it.
You're still playing it?
I've unlocked all the carts. Yep. Yeah, like I'm doing that. I've started playing online a little bit more. Like I'm above the 3,000. So 3,000 coins or 3,000 gold or whatever is like your mid point or like what you start at. So like I'm above like the the bare minimum. So there you go.
That's good.
And I did win a race, so I at least got that out of the way.
That's like a PUBG feeling or something, like a Fortnite.
It is for So knockout literally is like you're doing 4 courses, but they're all connected. So there's no break. You just
but
go.
even beating 25 people or 24 people,
and it was all people. There were no bots in that one, which I was pretty happy about. Yeah,
even though the bots are insane.
The bots are insane, but people are just so much. Because the people are the ones that are doing like the crazy tricks off like walls. You didn't even know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The open world's fine. I don't know.
I was going to say, that was the one thing we were like, how are you going to...
It's... Forza Horizon's better. Like it's more interesting. This one, it's like you're just kind of going around. You have no real sense of place. It's pretty lifeless. There are challenges, but even the challenges are a little tough. And like it's good to do them because then you kind of learn the mechanics. But then it's like, is that really what you want to... spend your time on? Yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird.
Yeah. Okay. So happy with your Switch 2 purchase?
I am, but I'm more happy that it's just more powerful that can play everything. Yeah. Like I'm playing like the Ninja Remaster, Ninja
Gaiden.
No. Crap. What's the? I don't know. It's a ninja game. It's like a 2D side-scrolling like stealth game.
Ninja Gaiden.
No, it's not. But it's playing that. I play in Day of the Diver.
Yeah.
I started playing Date Everything. So
I said it good.
It's actually okay.
It was on my radar, but then it got middling reviews, and I was like,
it's fine. Well, it depends on where you look. Like it has overwhelmingly positive on Steam, so
that's true. Yeah.
It's very.
It's not even bad on Open. It's like an 81 or 2 or something.
It's fine. But it's just something that I thought would be funny to play around with. I have a couple.
Are you dating like a vacuum cleaner or something?
Not yet. I've only talked to maybe like there's like 102 people that you can find. Yeah, it's crazy.
When they were marketing it, I was like, this is insane.
I think it's just neat because then as you're getting the different people, you can go into the little phone and it'll tell you who voices everyone. So Felicia Day is like the main character.
There's
you can talk
a lot of big names, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like Matt Mercer's in it?
Well, what's his face? Ben Starr? Ben Starr was like the second guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd
He's
date
a security
him,
guard. Yeah.
Oh my God, it'd be over. I love Ben Starr. He's quickly becoming one of my favorites, dude. After Expedition.
Yeah, Matt Mercer's in there. The other guy from...
and I love him as Clive.
Yep. Yeah, they're all in there.
Yeah, but Mercer's good.
Yeah, it's neat. But playing that...
Mercer's in Rebirth. Spoiler.
Well, yeah, he's Vincent, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forget how far you got.
I saw that, I think, before Rebirth came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great, though.
Yeah.
He's very good, Vincent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get there.
I know. One day.
Yeah.
Maybe when the third one comes out.
Maybe.
That's my only hope.
At this point, I'm going to try to... I think Mario Kart is my kind of end of night. Like, I'll just do a lap or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. I want to start Day of the Diver again, just as like a kind of chill
That'd be good.
thing.
I think it'll be good for you.
Donkey Kong comes out in, I think, 2 weeks. So I'll be...
You're very all in on the Switch.
Yeah, dude, it's better than the Steam Deck. Like, it is.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying it's necessarily more powerful, even though I think they're kind of comparable. But the interface, the ease of use, and the fact that it just goes on the TV and works flawlessly is just too good.
Now the question is, are you going to get the Xbox handheld?
Ooh, I'll see reviews
because that's Windows.
Yeah,
and that's a good interface.
If I do that, I would be getting rid of my Steam Deck. Like if I got that, like there's no reason for
you can get
Deck.
Steam on it.
Yeah,
Steam is Linux, right?
Yeah,
Steam Deck.
Yep.
Yeah. You're not a fan of that? Some people swear by it.
My problem is I'm fiddling constantly. Where like with the Switch, it's just straight up like hit play and you play this game.
Yeah.
And now like Pokemon runs flawlessly and Zelda's run flawlessly and all the issues that I had with like the performance and stuff are just gone. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, I could just play Balatro on this thing or I could play, like whatever. Like it's better.
Yeah.
Like it's everything that I've played on there so far has been really, really good. Even if I'm not like loving the new Mario Kart for whatever reason, you pop in 8, and not only does 8 like still slap, and there's I think like 40 tracks I haven't played yet. In this one, obviously I played the old ones. But the load times are like non-existent because it's just more powerful and it's just like every game just is like boosted. So then I can go back and play Odyssey and I could play the Super Mario Wonder. I could play the 3D World that I had issues with like the timing and the stuttering. All that's gone now. Like Digital Foundry did a thing where it's like, hey, here's all these games. Bayonetta 3 I never played. unsealed like a dozen games I had for Switch that are all just better on Switch 2. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of awesome.
Ride the train, ride the wave. Yeah, absolutely.
Mario
That's cool.
Strikers, like it's just like it's solid.
I've heard about that one.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, that's the next game coming out on GameCube. On the GameCube Online,
do you have that then?
Is Strikers
Come with just everyone's online, or
Oh,
do you have to get a special
you
tier?
have to pay for the online. It's like $50.
Yeah, but you have to
for
pay
the year.
anyways, right?
If you want to play online, yeah.
Oh, I see. So
Well,
if
so
you
there are
pay for online,
there's two tiers. There's
that's what I was
there's
asking,
$20 a year or 50.
And you're
you
doing
do the
50.
50. Well, yeah, because then you get the Zelda upgrades, you get all the Mario Kart tracks, you get all the Animal Crossing stuff. It's just here it is.
Nice.
N64, GameCube,
Nice.
Game Boy.
Cool. I mean, that's good. Yeah, for me, I'm gonna finish Dark Deity 2, Game of the Year, and then probably The Altars, and or Blueprints, which both
very
Game
different.
Pass.
Yeah,
and very different. I've been playing some games simultaneously, so I was like doing Monster Train and Oblivion. Now I've kind of dived straight into Dark Deity because I want to get through it.
Yeah,
and
you could theoretically play both of those together, where Blueprints is going to be like your
I think so.
like
I think it's a good dichotomy.
wind down kind of roguelite type thing.
Yes,
yeah,
that's how I'm picturing it, because I think The Altars is like a base builder. I've done a lot of thinking this year.
Yeah,
A lot more than I'm used to.
yeah.
Even with Doom. I thought I was going to be able to unplug my brain, and then it was the hardest I've ever worked in the last 10 years.
Doom was a very much needed, like, here's a video game. Enjoy the video game,
it was
please.
for the first quarter.
Yeah.
For me, I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And then I'm becoming a computer scientist.
Well, look.
That's okay. I don't think it's going to impact my review too much, because I think it's a very solid game. And my understanding is that I think the majority of people did not experience issues. So I just got unlucky. But there are people. I found them out there.
Oh, yeah. There's always people.
Even on console.
People. Yeah.
That are like, dude. And Jeff crashed on console.
Yep.
So there's something going on.
Yeah.
I digress. All right. That's all I have.
Yeah.
If you made it this far, we appreciate you. Check us out. Couchcompany.games. Got everything on there. We're going to be, I think, probably slate in Doom for next week.
Yeah, we can review
Doom review. And I don't know if you want me to review the games I've played. Like, I could review Monster Train. I think
you should. Yeah, I can pull Mario Kart. It might be.
I don't know if I would review Oblivion. I think I can say enough about it, though, where it's like I can at least talk to it.
Give like a soft score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for all of our reviews, couchcompany.games, we got them all listed there, all the episodes, as well as our top fives.
Yep.
Haven't done a top five in a while, but they're all there. If you want to get worked up, I strongly recommend you check us out on there. But and then we've got some articles. I think Tyler wrote one for PlayStation.
Yeah,
good.
if you want a little peek behind the curtain of my thoughts watching PlayStation.
It was good. And we have more coming in, I think. But yeah, we're going to see you same time, same place next week. Thanks for joining us on the couch. Peace.